Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina, aka Northwest Reader, and this video I figured I would do a book tag while I put together my TBR cart. I've been putting this off for a while now. My good friend Marissa, Boo Boo, she got this for me for my birthday. Thank you again. And I've been wanting to put it together and do a video, and life has been crazy, but knock on wood, I should be able to do it now. And the book tag I'm doing was just a random one I googled and found. I found it on read2ramble.com. It's just 10 bookish questions. I guess this tag was created by Millie from A Books Neverland. But first, before I start doing questions, I'm gonna unwrap these real quick. Oh, I need a screwdriver. Oh my word. Okay, this is way more intense than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like, oh, just insert the bars into here and then bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. No. There's a million of them. Okay, now I gotta go try and find a screwdriver. Got it. So I'd like to point out also, just in case, I have peanut butter on my shirt. 90% of the time I have peanut butter somewhere on me because my toddler loves peanut butter. That's his main source of everything. So, okay. Instructions? Okay, anyways, first question is how many books do you currently own? Too many. Too many books. I honestly don't know the number. Like, I have no idea. There's a ton. Like, my bookshelf out in the living room is ridiculous now. And we have a bookshelf in a closet in my husband's office that has a bunch of books on it. So I honestly have no idea. Alright, I'm already confused. Wait a minute. Tons. And then, adding up the books I have on my Kindle. And my NetGalley, I easily have hundreds upon hundreds. Yeah, I have a lot because, yeah, it's terrible, and I know it. I'm trying not to buy a ton of books. That's why I think my ebooks went crazy, because I was trying to cut back on physical books, especially during this pandemic. Tried to chill out with the shipping, and I don't go out, so, but I have too many that I just don't know how many I have. Okay, here we go. Is this just regular screws? Fine. So yeah, how many books? Too many to count. Second question, how many books are you currently reading? Too many to count. On average, because I am a mood reader, big time, and I love bouncing in between books, which I wish I didn't do that, but I feel like I would get more books finished in a decent time, like even faster, if I didn't have such a short attention span and just want to change things up all the time. It's frustrating, but typically I'm reading 3 to 5 books at the same time. And usually it's like an ebook, a physical book, an audiobook. An audio, I'll have like 2 different ones going. Like, I'll usually have a nonfiction and then like a fiction also. But it depends. But yeah, it's ridiculous. So currently reading like 2 different ebooks. Audiobooks, there's like 2, and physical books, there's 1, I want to say right now, but there's so many more I want to get to, so I'm trying to finish at least this 1 ebook. And the books I'm reading right now that I can remember off the top of my head is the Paradox Twins. I'm terrible with author names, so I'm so sorry. His name is Joshua Chaplinsky, something like that. And I'm about halfway through that. I've been taking my time with it because it has footnotes in it, and it's nowhere near as intimidating or scary or too much like House of Leaves or anything like that. But it kind of gives me the same vibes. And I'm reading that, and then there's like this other like super short story collection thing that I read. I haven't finished it yet. The author's name is Scott, I think. I can't remember, but I'm almost done with that one. And then physical books, I'm reading Scan Lines. I'm so mad I can't remember the author's name. It'll hit me later. And then audiobooks, I'm listening to Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. And I think I'm listening to something else, but I can't remember. Yeah, a lot of books. Do not tighten. The screw's here. Are you wanting to like watch me actually do this stuff? I didn't even think of that. It's just me like burr, 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 burr. Burr, 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 burr. I don't know. Next question. Choose a couple books you read but didn't enjoy. That's tough. One that everyone freaking loved when it first came out. It's a romance. The Kiss Quotient. I do not get why everyone loved it so much. Like, so many people were just raving about it, and I didn't understand it. I just did not enjoy it, like, at all. So that was one. Another one, like, I enjoyed it, but I DNF'd it because of the content. And that was Dead Inside by Morrison. I forget his name. But I could tell it's like a horror novel, and it's messed up. Like, that's the point of the story. And I was like, oh, it can't be that messed up. And then I started it, and then, like, I had a messed up part in the beginning. I was like, okay. But then I could see, like I said, I could see where it was going. And then someone told me, like, yeah, it's going there. And I was like, no. And it's a shame. I still want to try maybe, like, one of his other books. But, yeah, those I wasn't a huge fan of. But there's so many books where I just read it and I'm just indifferent about. Like, a lot of hyped books. I'm just like, okay. Like, a lot of the Riley Sager books, like, they're good, but I just don't get the hype behind them. What the heck is that? Oh, they have the things on the bottom. That's what they're telling me. Read the instructions and you know what's happening. Ugh. I think that's it for the books, really. I can remember. Oh, one book I absolutely hated. Oh, Of Mice and Men. Oh, snooze fest. And it was so hard to read because it was like the old timey southern slang. So it was just, I was having a hard time reading it, just even getting through it, because my eyes just kept stopping and wasn't flowing. Does that make sense? And oh, and I get it, when it was written and when the story takes place, but oh my goodness, the N-word was on every single page multiple times, and it was just so distracting. And I already knew what happened at the end, and I get why it's a classic and why so many people like it, but ugh, this isn't working. This looks so inappropriate. Oh my word. I should blur that out. My goodness. Okay, this is gonna start pissing me off. It's like, don't tighten it. Well, I can't even get the freaking screw in, so. Oh lord. And I have to. But it says don't tighten it, right? Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh man, guys, it's starting to look like something. Choose a couple. Okay, I already did that one. A cover by. Every single book I ever gotten has been a cover by. Like, I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible about cover buying. Like, I absolutely judge book by its cover. I'm a visual person. I absolutely love book covers. And yes, I would love to design book covers one day. Like, that's my goal. But yes, book covers, ugh. One of the impulsive, like, Wilder Girls by Rory Powers, or Power, or whatever it is. That was an impulse cover by. There's so many of them. Why is this not, like, lining up? But pretty much anything with, like, a woman on the cover, if she has flowers coming out of her face, her hands, if she's underwater, if it's scary, I'm just gonna buy it. More recent books I've received or got, I really love, what's it called? V. Castro's book. I can't think right now. It's gonna drive me crazy. Well, this freaking thing is gonna drive me crazy. I'm getting pissed off. Like, it's not lining up. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. But V. Castro's one that was in Nightworm's package. That book cover is gorgeous. Am I not supposed... Okay, I'm just not going to tighten any of these. Okay. The next question. A book you own but hate the cover of. See, I read this question and I was just not 100% sure. Because I kind of like I said, I am a big fan of book covers. So I'm not sure because I like all of them. I'm looking and nothing's standing out to me. The one, I have Brandon Sanderson's, I think it's called Starlight or something like that. The second book of the series that he's done for this YA sci-fi fantasy, not fantasy, but sci-fi thing. I don't really care for the cover that I have, the edition that I have for that book, so maybe that one. And the V. Schwab one, the Addie LaRue, the Book of the Month US edition. I like the UK one more. I always like the UK covers though. Okay, next one is a book you haven't read in years. A ton of them. But I will say, I'm putting the carts on. Oh. I would say Go Ask Alice. Go Ask Alice. I loved that book as a teenager. And I haven't read it in a long time. And I'm kind of nervous to try to read it since I'm in my mid-30s now and I don't like YA anything. So, how far down does it go? Oh, maybe where the holes are at, Christina. Ooh. Oh, girl. What are you doing? This is a lot of lining things up. Wait a minute. On the outside. Okay, that's what I was wondering. It looked kind of confusing. And, I mean, can they put these drawings any smaller? Please. Because I can't see anything. I'm assuming it is these screws because they're long enough. But I am an independent woman and I will do this. Okay, so yeah, that book I haven't read for years. And then there's like a ton of just kid books. I read a lot as a kid. So there's a lot of those I haven't read. So like the Goosebumps, Fear Streets. I read one Fear Street a few months ago and ooh, it is dated. And it was just kind of nauseating to read. Because it was just old, not old, but just white privilege problems. And it was just, yeah, I don't know. Let's see the next one. A book you will always recommend. Oh, this is easy. So, obviously it depends on the person, but for the people that I hang out with, they're not really into horror or anything like that, or gore or anything of that type. So I've mostly been recommending The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And my one friend who bought me this, she finally watched it. She finally read it, and it was and she loved it. So that made me happy. Oh, okay. I finally get to use one of these tools. Girl, it doesn't even fit. That's what she said. Oh my gosh. I can't with this. This does not even go around the stupid... Oh man, I need to stop talking because everything sounds perverted. But anyways, yes, that book, really good. If you like police procedural, not really procedural, but if you like detective, but good horror, I'd recommend Craig Walworth's Bad People. Really good. If you want like really messed up stuff, what's his name? His last name's White, but The Resurrectionist. That was like the most reading stuff I've ever read. But I read it. If you want more like 80s slasher, I would say Camp Slaughter by Sergio Gomez. If you want... there's so many things. If you want really good short story collection, horror, mostly female protagonists, written by a woman, I would say Monstrosity by Laura Diaz de Arce. And if you want like a good thriller, I would say John Morris's What Lies Between Us. Love that book. And there's so much more. There's so much, and I know I'm missing so much. If you want a good kind of a ghost story, I mean, it's like a haunting story. I would say Scratches by Josh Marcella. That's really good. But yeah, there's a lot. If you're into that type of stuff. All-time favorite book series. I don't like book series. It's just not. I just don't do series. Talia Hibbert's like Get a Life, Chloe Brown, like that series I like. But that's pretty much it, because I get bored after the first one, or I have no interest, and that's terrible. But I have I'm gonna be doing a reading vlog here pretty soon where I'm gonna read books from like a series, like sequels. Maybe that will change my mind. I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, now it's getting a little... There we go. There we go. Next, where do you read? I read a lot, like right there. But I also like to read outside on our back porch and like by the pellet fire at night, which is my favorite, because we'll put baby to bed and then we can go out there and just relax and just, oh my gosh, and just not have to worry so much about things, and it's relaxing. That's where I get most of my reading done. But audiobooks, it's like I'll just have an earbud in all day and listen while I do my mom stuff. Oh my goodness. And then sometimes in bed. Like I always tell myself, oh, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna read before bed. I read like not even a page and then I'm tired. And then I go to sleep. So fun. And then the last question is, what are the last 2 books you gave 5 stars to? So the most recent book that I gave 5 stars to was The Nothing That Is by Kyle Winkler. Oh, so good. So stinking good. It's about this guy who works at a catering company, and he gets, I don't want to say proposition, but he gets offered a job to work an event for like exotic eating dinner or something, like something weird. And he was like, heck yeah, because they offer him like an outrageous amount of money. So he goes and does it without his catering company that he works for, just so he can, because he hates the people that he works with. Like he hates his boss and stuff. So he goes there and he meets this guy that the guy calls himself Mr. Dinosaur. And just the weirdest stuff happens. Super weird. And the whole time you're just like, what is going on? Because it's cosmic horror, which I like, but I did this wrong. Shit. But anyways, cosmic horror, I typically don't, I mean, I like it, but it just goes over my head most of the time. Because I just feel like I'm not smart enough for it. And then, but it's also psychological, and it's genuinely spooky, and I loved it so much. It was so atmospheric, and I'm going to be talking about that book for a while and recommending it for sure. So I don't think it matters which, this looks goofy, don't it? Is this how it goes on? Is this how it's supposed to look? Okay, I got everything put together. I think now it's just tightening it and then adding the feet. So, and okay, it said 2 5 stars. I already said the one. It was The Nothing That Is by Kyle Winkler. And, oh, the second one is, I don't think this was a perfect 5 stars, but The Diner by J.C. Robinson. That's a horror novel. And it was funny. It was so funny. I laughed so much while reading it. And it's about an older lady who works and owns a diner, and she kills people. And it's all about her experience with it. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And the main character, Babs, the one who's doing all the murdering, I kind of empathize with her. Not saying I want to live to be a Babs, but I mean, I can kind of get it, why she ended up doing what she did. But both of those books were a lot of fun. And so those are all the questions. I would like to say that today I hit 1,000 subscribers, or not subscribers. I hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. And if you follow me on there, thank you so much. I'm excited. That was my goal. One of my goals for the year. And I hit it earlier than I expected. So that makes me really happy. So thank you so much. And I am making stickers. I have an Etsy shop open. So if you want to check that out, the link will be down below. I have a Mother's Day sticker up there. And I have Jason and Michael Myers. And soon I'm going to have Pennywise that I'm drawing right now. And I have Flyboy from Dawn of the Dead on there. So I'm excited. So I have a few things cooking up. Plus I'm working with a few authors right now, which is fun. It's like the thing I'm enjoying probably the most is collaborating with authors, trying to design stuff for them or help them bring their stories to life or their characters to life. And it's so much fun, and it's so easy to do when an author is really good and you already have the picture so vivid in your mind and you can just get it done. So yeah, I pretty much have this all put together, but oh god, this is that screw that's a pain. But I guess I'll stop this until I get the feet put on, and then I'll show you the final product. Woo! Okay, so it's a little bit later. Yeah, my camera completely died, but completed. And I started, because I have like a ton of books on my bookshelf, which you already know that, because I told you earlier, but I started putting some of the stuff in here that I want to put on here. And I put all of the stickers, not all of them, because I have them like mishmashed throughout my books on my shelf. So like the stickers, I'm going to put an adhesive on the back with a magnet and then put them on my cart. and not have it be permanent. You know, so I am super excited, but I thought I would do a little close-up of my books on here. Some of the books I'm going to put on the cart with the stickers, a bunch of cards and stickers. So this is my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, maybe, kinda, I don't know, we'll see. But thanks for watching. Do you have a TBR cart? I feel like everyone has one, and I'm so happy and grateful to finally have one. But again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later at some point.